Napoleon's invasion of Russia took place in 1812. Also known as the Russian Campaign in France and Patriotic War in Russia. This war was a turning point during the Napoleonic Wars. It reduced the size of French and Allied forces to a small size of its initial force. And brought about a major shift in European politics as it dramatically weakened French hegemony in Europe. Napoleon's reputation as an invincible military genius was severely shaken, as former allies of the French Empire, first the Kingdom of Prussia and then the Austrian Empire, left their alliance with France, and switched sides, triggering the War of the Sixth Coalition. The campaign began on June 24, 1812, when Napoleon's forces crossed the Neman River. Napoleon intended to force the Russian Emperor Alexander I to remain in the continental blockade of the United Kingdom. The official objective was to end the threat of a Russian invasion of Poland. Napoleon designated the Second Polish War Campaign. Nearly 500,000 men, the Grande Army, marched through western Russia, winning a series of small battles and one big battle. However, on the same day, the right wing of the Russian army, under the command of General Peter Wittgenstein, blocked part of the French army, led by Marshal Nicolas Oudinot, in the Battle of Polotsk. This action prevented the French from advancing on the Russian capital of St. Petersburg. The fate of the war had to be decided on the Moscow front, where Napoleon himself led his forces. Although the Russians used a scorched earth policy, and sometimes attacked the enemy with Cossack light cavalry, their main army withdrew for about 3 months. This retreat undermined confidence in Field Marshal Michael Andreas Barclay, prompting Alexander I to name a veteran, Prince Mikhail Kutuzov, the new commander-in-chief. Finally, on September 7, the two armies met near Moscow at the Battle of Borodino. The battle resulted in the biggest and bloodiest action in a single day, during the Napoleonic Wars. It involved over 250,000 soldiers and resulted in at least 70,000 casualties. The French captured the battlefield, but were unable to destroy the Russian army. Furthermore, the French were unable to replace their losses, while the Russians could. Napoleon entered Moscow on September 14, after the Russian army had again retreated. But by that time, the Russians had already evacuated the city and even released criminals from prisons to complicate the French advance. In addition, the governor, Count Fyodor Rostophin, ordered the city to be set on fire. Alexander I refused to capitulate, and peace talks initiated by Napoleon failed. In October, without a visible sign of victory, Napoleon began his disastrous retreat from Moscow, during the period of rain and mud customary in the Russian autumn. At the Battle of Maloyaroslavets, the French tried to reach Kaluga, where they could find food for men and animals. But the well-fed Russian army blocked the road, and Napoleon was forced to retreat the same way they had come from Moscow, through the heavily devastated areas along the Smolensk road. In the following weeks, the Grande Army suffered catastrophic blows such as the onset of the Russian winter, lack of supplies, and constant attacks by Russian peasants and irregular troops. When the remaining troops of Napoleon's army crossed the Berezina River in November, only 27,000 soldiers remained. The Grande Army had lost 380,000 men and 100,000 had been taken prisoner. Napoleon abandoned his men and returned to Paris to protect his position as emperor and prepare to resist Russian advances. The campaign ended on December 14, 1812, when the last French troops left Russia. This video is just a summary. And of course, many things were left out. Don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to our channel and see you next time.